Hello again. Are you ready to have this mighty tome read to you? Then we'll start. Finally, the Magi reached the long-awaited Christmas Bazaar. Caspar could barely contain his excitement as he vaulted off Gary the camel and strode towards the entrance of the village hall, sheath of parchment in one hand, pen in the other. As he handed over the 50p entrance fee to the strict-looking Women's Institute member and skipped across the threshold, he was already scribbling. Initiates are required to furnish authority figures with silver before they are permitted to view the secrets of the bazaar. Melchior tethered up Kevin, Gary and Wayne the camels and helped Balthazar, who was still slightly unsteady on his feet, to the entrance. "Absolutely no spitting or bellowing," he called over his shoulder to the camels. Inside the village hall, Melchior recognised some of the Women's Institute members from the arm wrestling competition at the end. Now he thought about it, he was sure that he had seen one or two of them at the darts tournament as well as a lot of brownies from the brownie camp. They were all manning a store where you could throw coconuts at tins to win cuddly toys, but on sighting the Magi, several of them scurried out to brush the camels. "You all right, dearie?" cooed a particularly muscly member of the WI to Balthazar. "You look a bit peaky to me." "He took a bit of a tumble and hurt his head," said Melchior, as he handed over a mildly bewildered Balthazar to her care. "Gosh, you poor dear. I'll make you an extra strong cup of tea with 5 sugars. That's bound to sort you out. And I had a fall last winter, you know. I distinctly remember it was on a Thursday, because I just put out the bins on my way to bingo." Caspar hurried past, frantically noting burly female figure offers an infusion of oriental plant products, claims it has healing powers. Safe in the knowledge that Balthazar would be well looked after, Melchior skipped off to enjoy the bazaar. He bought some jingly bells for the camels, 7 more strips of the raffle tickets, he rather liked the look of some of the prizes, and threw some coconuts at some tins, managing to win a cuddly toy honey badger. Caspar loitered behind him, scrawling, "Miners encourage initiates to hurl exotic fruit at metal cylinders." "We're about to call the raffle," called a shrill WI member over the hubbub. Melchior carefully arranged his raffle tickets in front of him so that he could see the numbers. Caspar, who was almost out of parchment, wrote, "Silence descends in a form of ritualized gambling begins." A little while later, the 3 wise men exited the village hall in high spirits. Balthazar had indeed been restored to health by the extra strong tea with 5 sugars. Caspar had managed to record extensive notes, which he decided to title "Rites and Rituals of the Christmas Bazaar," and hoped to publish in the new year. Melchior had been fantastically lucky in the raffle, winning a poinsettia plant, a large box of chocolate biscuits, and a china spotty dog. The final item bore a partially torn-off label stating, "To Sandy, Happy Christmas, hope you like the present, love from Bob." They found Kevin, Gary and Wayne the camels in similarly good moods. The brownies had not only brushed and braided their fur again, but had bedecked the camels with decorations they had surreptitiously smuggled out of the Christmas Bazaar. Once Melchior had presented each camel with a new set of jingly bells, the raffle prizes had been loaded into the camel saddlebags, the party set off towards the desert. Now we have some questions. Now, always read the passage first. If you do otherwise, you'll fall into every trick answer in the book. It doesn't work. So, number 1. Who was the first wise man to enter the Christmas Bazaar? So, off we go. And of course, once you've read it all, you know where to scan for the answers, rather than having to do the whole lot every time. Let's see. So they've reached the village hall. Casper could barely contain his excitement. He trots off Gary as he handed over the 50p. So it was Casper. Casper was the first to get in. Number 2. Which is the total amount the 3 wise men would have paid to get into the bazaar? Well, it was 50p each, so it was £1.50. Now, once again, if you had skimmed over it, you'd be looking for that, and you'd probably have fallen into the 50p thing because you see 50p written there. Nowhere does it say 150, so you have to have kind of worked it through. 3. How many characters speak out loud in this passage? Right. Aha. Now this is the trick here. Casper, where he's thinking and writing notes, those are in italics. They're in speech marks because it's kind of what he's saying, but he's not saying it out loud. He's writing it on his parchment. So Melchior, he says, absolutely no spitting or bellowing. And he's shouting that at the camels. So Melchior, are you right, dearie? So that's the comely W-eyed lady. I don't know that it says that. She said she was muscly. I imagined her as a bit sort of like fulsome. And then let's see. Scroll. Oh, we're about to call the raffle. So that's the shrill W-I lady. So I think it's just 3. I can't see any others. And the torn off label to Sandy, Happy Christmas. Again, it's in speech marks, but nobody has said that out loud. So 3 is the answer. 3D. Number 4. In total, how many extra items did Melchior gain at the Christmas Bazaar? Now, this is a bit nasty. How many extra items did he gain at the bazaar? Now, I presume that's extra to the raffle prizes. Which is the poinsettia plant, the large box of biscuits and the China spotty dog. So the ones extra to that, though it doesn't actually say, I didn't like this question, but you don't have to like the questions and you're not necessarily going to get them all right. Just do your best. So the extra ones, if you look 1, 2, 3, third paragraph up on the first page, he bought some jingly bells, 7 strips of raffles, where of course he'd have left those behind. Excuse me. And then he also managed to win a cuddly toy honey badger. How many extra items did he gain at the Christmas Bazaar? So I guess that's 2, but that's extra to the raffle. And since we haven't been talking about the raffle, I don't know. Well, we can argue, we can moan, but you still have to go with it. Number 5. When the Magi left the village hall, how were they feeling? Now, always with these, act the word out. So suspicious is you're kind of worried that something bad's going to happen. Downcast. Nondescript. Meh. Bewildered. Huh? And then jovial. Ho, ho, ho. Yeah, they were definitely jovial, weren't they? So it's E jovial. It's much better act out. You'll look a prat in the exam going. But if it gets you the mark, who cares? You know, this isn't a time for dignity, it's a time for getting the answer right. And number 6, as used in the final sentence of the passage. Now, whenever they say that, they mean, for goodness sake, look. Look, 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 look. Because if you don't look, you'll get it wrong. That's their way of saying trick question. So, as used in the final sentence of the passage, what does the word party mean? And of course, the first one they give you is celebration. Yes, we'll have a party for your birthday, have celebration. Is that the answer? No, it's not, because we didn't read the final sentence. Blah, 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 blah. And the raffle prizes had been loaded into the camels' saddlebags. The party set off towards the desert. It was the group. See what I mean? Beware trick answers, my darlings. Beware trick answers. And I shall see you anon.